It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you, and welcome to this special edition of Science Bowl. The two teams you're about to meet have won once already, and today's winner moves on to the semifinals to play University Park. Let's meet these teams now. First, from Highland Park Elementary, say hello, please, to Sean Robinson, Darius Holmes, and Malachi Calco. And from Mattaponi Elementary School, our contestants today are Michael Forrest, Taylor Martin, and Babatunde Ayanda. And now here are the categories of questions we use on Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on Science Bowl, our game board shows how difficult the questions are. On the left-hand side, the easier ones worth 5 and 10. The more difficult questions worth 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. At the end of the 2 rounds, we will have a challenger for University Park. Let's make sure everything's working properly. Darius, would you try that red team buzzer? Thank you, young man. Good luck to you, to Sean, and to Malachi. And Taylor, would you try yours? The green button is ready and the light is ready to go. Good luck to you, Babatunde and Michael. Congratulations, teams, on making it this far in the competition. You are both very talented teams. Let's have the better team win. We go alphabetically H before M. So, Darius, let's play the bowl.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points to start our game. Teams, you probably would consider yourself lucky if on the way to the Science Bowl you found a 4-leafed what? Mattaponi.
Clover.
Clover, a 4-leaf clover, the traditional good luck symbol. Absolutely right. All right, go green.
Zoo Parade for 10.
Zoo Parade for 10 points. Teams, the new Maryland football uniforms have a shell pattern on the helmet, which makes sense because the mascot of the Maryland, Darius?
Terrapins.
The Terrapins, yeah, looks just like a turtle shell on those helmets. Good. Back and back we go. Go red.
Zoo Parade for 5.
Zoo Parade for 5 points. Teams, the #1 movie in America now in 3D with Simba, the same age as he was, Darius.
The Lion King.
The Lion King, yes, indeed. Imagine the amount of money pulling it is just a timeless story. Go again, red. Yes, sir.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, in the movie Little Shop of Horrors, there's a plant called Audrey 2 that eats people, meaning that that plant is obviously what kind of plant? Mattaponi.
Carnivorous.
I'll pass it on to Michael.
Mike.
Carnivorous?
You got it. It was a huge carnivorous plant. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me. Go green.
Body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. Teams, if you have a deep, dark secret, you are said to have one of these rattling body systems in your closet. Mattaponi.
Skeleton.
The skeleton in the closet. Absolutely right. Thank you, Babatunde, for your assist on that one. Good answer. 70 to 65, 75-65, almost a tie. Advantage green.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, if you want to get someone's attention, you yell at the top of your what? Highland Park.
Your lungs.
Your lungs is what I wanted there. Good, red.
Let's get physical for 5.
Let's get physical for 5 points. Teams, these precious gems are forever because most of them are almost 1 to 3 billion years old. Mattaponi.
Diamonds.
Diamonds are forever. Absolutely right. Thank you, Michael. Go, Taylor.
Science Potpourri for 5.
Science Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, there is a new show on cable called Noodling, which is using your bare hands to capture these fish that are scaled and whiskered? Taylor.
Catfish.
Catfish. Yeah, you go down there in the mud and you just hope you grab yourself a fish and don't get stuck on the fin. Not for me. I don't know. Go green, please.
Dateline Science for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. Teams, the Food and Drug Administration now says that it is one of these orange melons that carried the disease listeria that is sickening so many Americans. Name that orange melon. How about that, Highland Park?
Cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe is absolutely right. Yes, indeed. Good answer. Thank you, Malachi, for your help. And with that, we're at 85 to 75. Red advantage.
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10 points. Teams, in Hollywood, when the stuntman is running around caught on fire, they put him out with a fire extinguisher filled with this gas, which is heavier than air. What gas is in that fire extinguisher, Mattaponi?
Hydrogen.
Not hydrogen. Good try. Highland Park, what is this heavier than air gas that's filling the fire extinguishers in Hollywood that they use to put out flaming stuntmen?
Helium.
Good try. Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. A lot of your classrooms have carbon dioxide fire extinguishers, in fact. Nice try. Both teams go red.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, this most famous of scientists' theories that the speed of light is the fastest speed in the universe is now being questioned. Who is this smart guy? You're going to kick yourself, Mattaponi.
Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein.
That would be he, Albert Einstein. Absolutely right. Don't mess with Albert Einstein. I think a lot of these hypotheses are going to turn up false. Go again, please. Green.
Dateline for 10. Dateline Science for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. Team's First Lady Michelle Obama, in her campaign to fight obesity, has gotten the Olive Garden restaurant to reduce the sugar and this chemical found in salt so that the food is more healthy. Highland Park.
Sodium?
Yes, sir. Sodium. Get rid of that sodium, excess sodium and sugar. I love how you guys listen. You listen carefully. I love your answers. Go red.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, Austrian monk Gregor Mendel, when he studied how plants pass on their genes in heredity, used these potted plants as his guinea pigs. What plants did he use? Mattaponi.
Mosses.
Mosses, not mosses. What kind of potted plants did Gregor Mendel use in his study of heredity?
Sunflowers.
Good try. Peas. Pea plants, as in peas in the pod. All right. The buzzer sounds. The end of the first round. Almost a dead heat. Highland Park 85, Mattaponi 95. We'll be back with more Science Bowl in just a moment.
Across America, service learning is helping students improve their grades and their communities by connecting the classroom with community service. Working together, students solve real problems, build new skills, and apply their knowledge in a whole new way. Inside the classroom and out, service learning opens new doors and brings learning to life. Get your school involved. Visit learnandserve.gov to find out how.
You can never know which pool safety step will save a life. Until it does. No matter how safe you feel, adding multiple safety steps can mean the difference between a close call and a call to 911. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
Welcome back to Science Bowl. Nice to have you with us today. We've got 6 outstanding players here. They've been here before and won their games. Today's winner goes on to the elementary school semifinals. Let's find out about our young players. Darius, tell us about Highland Park. What do you like best about Highland Park?
I like PE.
PE. You know, that's one of the best parts of school, isn't it? PE and lunch, because you get a chance to get out of the normal constraints of the classroom, and you need physical exercise as well as mental stimulation. I like that answer. Who's your sponsor?
Miss Linda Hobbs.
Miss Linda Hobbs, and she's out there. I know she's rooting for you. Miss Lori Ellis, the principal, and no alternates on your team, right?
No.
You guys are it. Darius, what do you do in your spare time?
Sometimes I read. Sometimes I play the PlayStation, or I go outside and play some sports.
Wow. And your favorite sport, football?
No, it's basketball.
Basketball. All right. Malachi, are you a sports guy too?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you like? What sport?
Mostly football.
Mostly football. Yeah. You and Darius wear those blue shirts there because that's part of your school uniform, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Malachi, you told me before you're interested in being an electrician.
Yes.
Yeah. How'd you get interested in that?
I always liked computers, and so I wanted to see how they function. And so I decided to tinker with the computer boxes and see how they work, what gadgets they have.
You know, that's a very important skill, tinkering. That's how you learn about a lot of things. You take things apart, you figure out how they work. I think you got a really good head on your shoulders. You're going to do just fine, whatever you choose, Malachi. And Sean, tell me how you got ready for Science Bowl. How did you prepare for this?
Well, I had prepared for studying every night and staying after school for a very long time with Miss Hobbs.
Wow. And Miss Hobbs was so dedicated, and I understand you guys get out of school at like 2:20, but you stayed until 4 o'clock sometimes to prepare. And it shows. You guys are playing a terrific game. What do you want to do someday, Sean?
Someday, I would want to be a famous person, a famous actor, singer. I just want to be a really famous person.
You want to see your name in lights, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're making a good start here because you're on Science Bowl, you're on TV, and people are going to say, this guy has it going on, and you do. You're a good player. Nice to have you with us. Let's go to Mattaponi. Taylor, tell us about your school. You're down in Croom, the Croom area, southern portion of Prince George's County. Who's your principal?
Janice Hay.
Wonderful. Out there rooting for you. And Ms. Sheila Madison, the wonderful sponsor on your team. And you don't have no alternates. You have lots of alternates on your team. We're going to bring them out a little bit later so you can meet them and Miss Madison, those of you at home. Tell me about Taylor. What does Taylor want to do someday?
I want to be a fashion designer, and if that doesn't work out, then I would like to run my mother's company.
Run your mother's company. What's your mother's company?
She does community tutoring. That's the name of her business. And she tutors supplemental educational services, children, students. And she goes into the schools, and she tutors, and she does private tutoring.
Wow. Do you help her out ever in what she does?
Yeah, like when she was first starting, she wanted to know what should her motto be, and we thought about it, and then we came up with Dream It, Believe It, Do It. Dream it, believe it, do it.
Boy, that's a great motto. Yeah, you should copyright that. That's a great one, Taylor. Thank you for sharing that with us. I know how proud your mom must be of you. Mike, nice to have you with us today. How do you come by so much science knowledge? I know I asked you that before, because you just know it all.
I go to a lot of science and computer tech camps.
Yeah.
They
See?
teach me a lot of stuff, like how to take a computer part and put it back together.
You and Malachi have something in common then. You're both tinkerers. What do you want to do someday, Michael?
I want to either be an anime manga artist, an author, a video game designer, or a Lego designer.
Wonderful. Well, you're going to be successful. You have a really good discipline about you, and I like your work ethic. Babatunde, you have a great smile. You must be happy to be here. Do you enjoy Science Bowl?
Yes.
Yeah. Why did you want to be on the show?
Because first I never knew about it until my teacher, Miss Madison, well, my 5th grade teacher, Miss Madison, told me about it last year. So then when I figured out that they're doing elimination And then when I knew I was going to be alternate, I tried my best this year trying to be inside it.
Wow, congratulations for making the A team here. And competition is good, and it really makes you stay on top of your game, and you're playing a good game. Let's get back to it. 95 Mattaponi, 85 Highland Park, all the big questions left. Good luck, teams. Go Red Team.
Zoo Parade for 15.
Zoo Parade for 15 points. Team 7-time Olympic champion Michael Phelps swims a lot of different strokes, but one of them is named for a very beautiful insect. What stroke is that, Darius?
The butterfly.
The butterfly, yeah, he's a great butterflyer. Go, Red.
Body Systems for 15.
Body Systems for 15 points. Teams, this is a little strange, but you can sterilize a kind of medical instrument if you use a little of this excretory product that you produce if it is fresh. What is it your body produces that is fresh that can be used to sterilize medical instruments in a pinch? You're thinking it can't possibly be urine. Yes, it is. That's the right answer. Fresh urine can sterilize instruments. It has no bacteria when it comes out. That's kind of ooey, isn't it, huh? Yes, it is. Go Red.
Let's get physical for 15.
Get physical, 15 points. Teams, in 1871, Sir William Herschel discovered this 7th planet in the solar system, now the next to the last one. Mattaponi.
Pass it on to Michael.
Michael?
Neptune?
Not Neptune. What is the next to the last planet in our solar system, number 7 now? Darius.
Uranus.
Uranus, absolutely right. Good. Since Pluto is no longer a planet, we're down to just 8. We're trying to get Pluto back in the club. Go Red.
Science Potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, to track down Al-Qaeda terrorists, our country uses Predator aircraft that have what same name as male bees? All right, Mattaponi says we know. What do we use to hunt down Al-Qaeda terrorists?
Pass it on to
Michael.
Michael.
Slaves?
Not slaves. Good try. Highland Park, another name for a male bee. Also these Predator aircraft. Guys, any idea? Drones. Drones. Try again, Red.
Dateline Science for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Teams, recently astronomers discovered a planet that has 2 suns instead of just 1, and they discovered it by using the Kepler version of this instrument. Highland Park.
The telescope.
Telescope, yes sir, good, go.
Green Things for 20.
Green Things for 20 points. Teams, if you go to the National Arboretum in Washington, D.C., you are going to see mostly these, which is why it is named an arboretum. What kind of green things are you going to find there? Highland Park.
Moss.
Not moss. Not moss. Good try. Mattaponi. An arboretum is so named because it's a place to go specifically to look at these green things.
Flowering plants. Flowering plants. Flowering plants.
Trees. Trees. Like Arbor Day. Trees. Go again, please, Red. These are the tougher questions. Red team.
You want Zoo Parade for 20.
Zoo Parade for 20. You got it. Here's the question, teams. Sometimes little frogs and insects are very brightly colored. Can you give me one reason why a creature... Highland Park.
They're poisonous.
Yes, they're advertising their poisonous or toxicity. Also, they can be advertising for a mate, so it works both ways. Go, please, Red.
Body Systems for 20.
Body Systems for 20 points. Teams, diarrhea is never fun to have. You use a lot of electrolytes, salts, and minerals from your body. You also lose a lot of water, which makes you very what? Mattaponi.
Dry. Dry.
Give me a word that means dry. Another word that means dry.
It was...
Judge is correct?
Unhydrated. Dehydrated.
Dehydrated. That's what we're looking for. Good. Good comeback. Go Green.
Green Things for 25.
Green Things for 25.
Green Things for 25. The big one in that category, teams. When a little green plant emerged in the movie WALL-E to show that life was coming back. Mattaponi?
Life was coming back from... It was life.
Not quite, not quite. Good try, Highland Park. The appearance of that little green plant in WALL-E, where the rest of the planet was all devastated, gave hope to the planet, because what can green plants do?
They give oxygen.
Absolutely. They supply oxygen, and also they can make their own food. We would have accepted either of those answers. Go Red.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. Teams, the thermometers that we use to take our temperature, if the units were named for the man's first name instead of the second, your temperature would be 98.6 Gabrielle instead of 98.6 what?
Kelvin.
Highland Park.
Kelvin.
Not Kelvin, no. Good try. Mattaponi, the units on the thermometer we use to take our temperature, if it was named for this discoverer's first name, your body temperature would be 98.6 Gabrielle instead of 98.6 what?
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit was his last name. Yes, ma'am. Good. Go. Taylor.
Which one? Do body systems for 25 for 20.
Dateline science for 20.
Dateline for 20 points. Teams back on March 11th. After an earthquake in the Pacific, one of these hit the coast of Japan. And yes, Mattaponi. Tsunami it is. Yes, indeed. Good. Go. Mattaponi. Let's get a check on that score. Highland Park 175. Mattaponi 155. We're coming to the end of the game. Still very tight. Advantage green.
Science potpourri for 25.
Science potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25 points. Two-part answer. I need either one. Teams, our weather here on the east coast of the United States is affected by two streams. One is atmospheric, one is oceanic. I'll give you 25 points if you can tell me what either one of those streams is called that influences our weather. All right, Highland Park, all I need is one.
The Pacific Ocean?
No, not Pacific Ocean. We're here on the Atlantic seaboard. Two streams influence our weather. One is atmospheric, one is oceanic. Can you give me either one?
Potomac.
Potomac.
No. The Gulf Stream is in the ocean, and the jet stream is bringing down the air from Canada. Go green. Advantage still you.
Science for 25.
Science potpourri for 20.
Science potpourri for 20.
Science potpourri for 20 points. Get this right, and we have a tie game. Teams, nobody likes fungus. If it gets between your toes, you get athlete's foot. If it gets in your shower, it gets all that black stuff. But there is a fungus that we need to make bread. What's that fungus called? Mattaponi, can you tie it? What's that fungus?
Yeast.
You got it for 20 points. We have a tie game. 175 all. Green team, go.
Zoo parade for 25.
Zoo parade 25, big one in that category. Teams, tough answer. Listen carefully. Hibernating bears were once thought to have a big drop in temperature. Now it turns out that a bear that's hibernating keeps its temperature about the same. But this M initial term that describes body processes like burning up food, that is what drops. What's that M initial term that describes the rate at which we burn up our food? Mattaponi, can you go into the lead?
Metabolism.
Metabolism it is. That's what I want to hear. Go, green.
That was my grade.
Body systems for 25.
Body systems for 25 points. Teams, recently the man died who invented this instrument that artificially can keep a human heart beating. What is the name of that device? An artificial what that can keep a human heart beating? Its inventor just passed away. Pacemaker. Pacemaker was the right answer. Go again, green. Two questions left.
Let's get physical for 25.
Let's get physical for 25 points. Teams, if you are chucking a pumpkin after Halloween and you have a catapult and the pumpkin is sitting here and you're about to fling it, as it sits here it has potential energy. As it goes flying, what kind of energy does it have? Darius.
It has friction.
Not friction, good try. As that pumpkin goes from potential energy flying through the air, what kind of energy does it have, Taylor?
Pass it to Babatunde.
Kinetic.
You got it. Kinetic energy. Absolutely right. Last question of the game. Dateline for 25 points. Here it is. Teams, if you get tuberculosis, a bacteria got inside you. If you got athlete's foot, it was a fungus that infected you. But if you got mumps or measles or chicken pox, what got you? What infected you? Not a bacteria, not a fungus, but a what? All right, Highland Park, come on, go out with a flourish.
Disease.
Now, I'm looking for the vector of the disease, Mattaponi. What causes mumps and measles and chicken pox? Not a bacterium, not a fungus, but a what?
Amphibian.
Good try. A virus, a virus. And with that, we come to the end of our game. It was a hard-fought match. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just a moment. Don't go away.
Whether it's passing on medicine, a blanket, or something as simple as a glass of water, that's how compassion works. And that's how Maryknoll works. For nearly 100 years, Marinol's been passing on your help to their priests and brothers working in 26 countries around the world. Hand to hand. That's Marinol.
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 Because play might be the best way to fight obesity.
Because staying connected makes my family stronger, healthier, and happier.
Because a safe place after school can lead to success in school.
Because physical activity is vital to my health and well-being.
Because I need to make my world better.
Because playing team sports teaches the character and social skills that build leaders.
Because learning with others makes for a greater understanding.
Because we need each other.
Because we need each other.
Because we need each other.
Excuse me. Excuse me? There are some things you can't control.
The weather.
The front page.
Cell phones ringing.
Traffic.
The stock market, obviously.
Hearing they love you.
Or they don't.
We're hearing the one thing no one wants to hear.
Cancer.
Okay, things you can control.
What you know before treatment.
Your options. All the facts. There's a high risk of infection during chemotherapy.
So don't let anything interrupt your fight against cancer.
Get prepared.
Get healthy.
Stay strong.
Stay well.
Talk to your doctors.
And go to manageyourtreatment.com.
There are some things you can't control.
But this, you honestly can.
Welcome back to Science Bowl. You know we have no losers on Science Bowl, and that's especially true today. We are so proud of the playing of these 6 young people. Look at our final tally today. It is Highland Park 175, Mattaponi 225. Congratulations, Mattaponi. What a game you played, Michael and Taylor and Babatunde. Those smiles keep getting wider and wider. Miss Madison, thank you for everything. And their alternates, Sydney and Trevor and Aaliyah, congratulations. Guys, I want to see some smiles here. You guys played a tremendous game. Sean and Darius and Malachi and Miss Hubbs, thank you for all the work you did. And their principal, Miss Lori Alice, one of our best principals, here to show support. Lori, thanks for always supporting our game. Thank you, guys. I want to see you come back and play again. We'll see you next time on another edition of Science Bowl. Bye-bye.